In this video, I'm gonna share with you guys an extreme strategy that I use in order to remove paint overspray on some of my customers' cars. Now, let's get straight into it. What's going on? So glad you guys are here and welcome back to the Wilson Auto Detailing community. If you're a professional auto detailer who wants to become more successful and profitable in your business, or just a car enthusiast who wants to improve your detailing ability, then definitely consider hitting that big red subscribe button right below this video. So here's what I'm dealing with today. On this Infiniti G37, there is some very severe overspray of this white paint. Now this is road paint, so this is just industrial grade paint. And when this kind of stuff gets on the car, it can be a bear to get off. And so I'm gonna show you guys several different strategies that did not work and what I'm actually having to resort to in order to remove this. This is going to be a video that's probably reserved more for the professional detailers and kind of the more experienced detailers, so stay tuned. So overspray is very difficult to deal with, not all the time, but in this situation it especially is, because not only is this just industrial paint, but it's also been on here a while. It's been baked on by the sun, all that sort of thing. Now what I have actually tried already is I'm going to polish this car, but before I polish, I need to remove the overspray, and the issue is that this overspray is not coming off with polishing. Sometimes you can remove overspray with some polish, with some more, aggressive, abrasive polishes, maybe some compounds, but that is not working. I have also tried the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Sometimes that will work. Of course, you will abrade the paint to a certain level, but once again, because I'm polishing afterwards, it's okay to abrade the paint, but that is not working either. So I'm gonna show you guys a very advanced tip for the professional detailers. Now, be warned, this is an advanced tip, and if you do not know what you're doing, or if you're new, please do not try this. Let some experience get under your belt before you actually use this strategy. Now what I have is a light right here, because this allows me to really see and focus in on the paint, makes everything very bright. But basically, I have to remove this overspray before I polish, because the polishing alone is not going to do it. So what am I going to use? This is lacquer thinner. Now, some of you guys are going to freak out, but this product in the detailing world can be used to work wonders. Lacquer thinner comes in different strengths. One of the main components of lacquer thinner is acetone. Acetone softens, clear coats. So what I try to do is look for a lacquer thinner that has a little bit less, almost like a smaller ratio of acetone inside of it. But a lot of time these days, lacquer thinner is really not something you need to worry about as far as removing car paint itself. Yes, it's going to remove the overspray, but the clear coat can withstand the lacquer thinner. Now, am I going to sit here and just scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub? No, obviously not. But I want to show you guys how this works. What I'm going to do, and by the way, wearing a mask is actually a very good idea. So I have my mask on, so my voice is a little muffled, but what I'm going to do is open up my lacquer thinner, and I'm just going to dab a little bit of it onto my microfiber towel just like this. I'm not gonna try to oversaturate anything. This is an example of when I'm going to be very conservative with a product. So I just have a little bit right here. And here's my strategy. I'm not gonna speed any of this up. I am just going to very lightly make some passes across this overspray just like this. I'm not putting a bunch of pressure. Once again, very lightly going back and forth, okay? Now I'm gonna hit some more overspray. I'm putting a little bit of pressure, probably light to light medium pressure, if that even makes sense. And I'm just letting the lacquer thinner do the work. Now after I get done, I'm gonna follow up with an IPA wash, because I want any of the lacquer thinner residue to be gone, because I don't want any lacquer thinner sitting on the paint. But once again, lacquer thinner can be dangerous if it's used in the wrong way. If it's used in the right way, it can be very, very effective. So as you guys can see, this entire area that I just did is now totally free from any overspray spots. And once again, this is a difficult job because overspray is so tedious. There's so many tiny spots everywhere that I really have to be detailed in a moment like this. Now, once again, I'll just take a little bit more lacquer thinner, put a little bit more on my microfiber, and I'm just gonna keep working it in, just like this. Now, this is actually a clear brawl right here, so this is gonna be a little bit more difficult. However, it still really works the same way. So once again, this is an advanced tip. You need to be careful with the lacquer thinner that you're using. You need to make sure that it's not overly concentrated, and you can kind of look up, and you can even go to a different like Home Depot or different stores and ask somebody in the paint section. They'll give you some good advice as far as lacquer thinner goes. But as you guys can see, I'm putting a pretty good amount of pressure here in order to remove this overspray, and the paint is still totally intact. Now, here's what I do afterwards. I'm gonna take my yellow microfiber, I'm gonna take my 50-50 alcohol and distilled water, and I'm gonna wipe that area down because I don't want any residue of that lacquer thinner. Why am I using alcohol? Because alcohol strips everything away, strips everything off the paint, so that I do not have to worry about it. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove all of the overspray on the rest of the paint, and I want to show you guys how effective it is. But before I do that, I want to take you guys in close to really see how horrible this overspray is. So check out all of that. This is the passenger side door. So this is very, very, very serious. So I just want you guys to see that so that afterwards I can show you that awesome before and after. But check that out. This is the area where I just did. Totally removed that as compared to this. So here we go. Alright guys, so I'm finally finished removing all of the overspray as well as actually polishing the car. So what I'm going to do before I show you guys exactly what I did, I'm just going to walk you around the car so that you can see what the final polished product looks like. I mean, it is pretty stunning, honestly. I mean, obviously the before and after can be seen in the video, but I mean, this is very, very incredible. I used a polish from Showcar because right now I'm trying out a lot of Showcar's polishes, but that is not the main point of the video. But just check this out. The paint looks absolutely incredible. I mean, just mirror-like. You know, I had my LEDs with me, had my lights with me where I can see before and after, but it really is just incredible. The camera does not do any sort of like flattering work either. I mean, this really is how it looks in person. Also, I want to show you guys the places where the overspray was. Now, you can see here in the camera that there are a couple little specks right here. That is actually not overspray. Those are rock chips. Those are paint etchings, things of that nature. But when you go all the way down here across this bottom panel where all the overspray was, it is completely gone. Literally, it just looks like a mirror. We'll go ahead and go to the other side as well, even though I don't think I showed you guys the before of the other side, but it still is just the exact same when you go all the way down this bottom paneling where the tires kicked up all of that road paint. It's all completely gone. Looks incredible. Even the back on the rear bumpers, all of that is totally removed. It looks incredible. Polished, waxed, totally protected. And I'm gonna step back one more time and give you guys a full view. And there it is. Now I just want to reiterate the lacquer thinner approach, you know, using this on the paint. The clear coat can withstand a certain degree of this. The biggest issue that you're gonna face when you're using lacquer thinner, especially on this kind of paint where the road paint has so adhered to it, the main problem is not the fact that the lacquer thinner will strip the paint off, because it's really not gonna harm the paint, assuming that you have a reasonable lacquer thinner that's kind of diluted, which in most states now it is. But the biggest issue is that the amount of scrubbing and rubbing and kind of marring the paint you're going to have to do in order to remove that overspray is pretty severe. And so that's why when I was communicating with my customer, I explained, yes, I can remove the overspray paint, but the issue is I'm also going to have to polish, because the amount of abrading that's going to take place, because this case is so severe, it's going to require polishing afterwards, unless you just don't care how your paint looks and it's just going to be scratched and abraded and that doesn't bother you. But of course, this is a weekend car, this is a weekend driver, and so it is extremely important to actually have a polished, glossy, and lustrous surface to this car. So that is a communication point that has to be understood. Yes, the lacquer thinner is in most cases safe, and again, you need to have some experience before you use it. Use it in an inconspicuous area, use it on your friend's car who doesn't care if you mess anything up. Practice first to see how the paint responds, because not all paint and not all clear coat is the same, and so some reacts a little bit differently. But again, the main issue is the abrading and the marring that takes place because of the amount of aggression you have to use with your microfiber towel when you're actually removing this. And so that polishing on the back end is a serious requirement. So that's all I've got for you guys. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and if you have any any questions, comments, concerns, hook up all that stuff in the YouTube comments below, because I always read those and I'm sure to get back to you guys as fast as I can. And if you would like to get your hands on anything used in this video, like the lacquer thinner, probably just go to Lowe's or Home Depot. It's gonna be very readily available. What I'm gonna do for you guys is hook up an Amazon link to the microfiber towels that I use in situations like this. The microfiber towels that are new, they're nice, they are more disposable, because when you put things like lacquer thinner on a microfiber towel, it's a good idea to kind of keep it for these kind of jobs and not use it on other areas, because lacquer thinner is such an intense chemical. And so I will hook up an Amazon link to a couple different bulk microfiber towels that are still great. You can buy them in bulk. They're inexpensive, that you can use for this kind of job in particular. And if you use my links below this video, it does give this channel a small commission, but it helps this channel stay alive so I can continue to give out awesome content just like this all the time. And of course, if you're new to the Wilson Auto Detailing community, then definitely consider subscribing, because I come out with videos all the time just like this on products, tools, strategies, communication skills, business skills, and so much more, all in an effort to help the pro detailers become more successful and profitable in their businesses. And I share the same strategies that turned my business into a full-time income with only part-time hours. So if you're interested in that, definitely consider subscribing. Once again, thank you so much for being so involved here on the Wilson Auto Detailing channel. And as always, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.